The president says there are too many people behind bars whose crimes don't fit the punishment, but that's not the issue here in Michigan. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Prosecutors say there are more violent people behind bars than nonviolent ones, and the problem is with the probation and parole system. As Fox 47's Susan Alcori reports, the Department of Corrections is hoping reforms will help take some strain off its budget.
Prison cells are revolving doors for the state's repeat offenders.
You can't just open the prison gate and let them walk out.
Ingham County Prosecutor Stuart Dunning says the problem isn't sentencing guidelines.
In order to get to prison in Michigan, you either have to do something horrific or you have to have a lengthy criminal history.
But once those prisoners get out, they aren't staying out.
They don't have a support system. If they don't have a way to get income, people are going to do what they have to do to survive, which in many cases means they're going to go back to drug trafficking or committing other crimes.
And the price of their prison stay isn't cheap. Every inmate costs taxpayers $96 a day, adding up to about $35,000 a year.
Just letting them out would alleviate our budget problems, sure. It doesn't help public safety, and it's not going to help us in the long term because we know that they'll just come back.
That's why the Department of Corrections is focusing on programs like job training to help keep people out of prison.
Start working and providing them education and programming, substance abuse help, so that they don't return to that cycle of criminality.
It's something Lois DeMott sees working with prisoners and their families, and she says change needs to happen while they're in prison.
If we have not provided for them inside the skills that they need to move beyond where they were at when they went in, if they have sat idle, I guess the question is, are we any safer when they return to our communities?
But it's a change the Department of Corrections says won't happen overnight. In Lansing, Susan Alcori, Fox 47 News.
The prosecutor says one of the reasons Michigan doesn't have many nonviolent offenders in prison is because the state got rid of mandatory minimums for those crimes.